Welcome to mounting the motor. This is, like I said, it's been a cool, fun project. If the camera starts moving a little bit, I'm trying out this motion tracking upgrade on this new camera. But yeah, it's basically Electro and Company is the company that makes the motor for this kit. Awesome customer service. Probably the best, one of the best companies out there for customer service I've ever seen in my life. Same thing with Go Kart God. What happened is Electro and Company, a guy named Kevin emails me and says that they want to replace the controller because it might be something not up to their standards in it or something. I don't know exactly what the problem was. I haven't even installed the thing yet. And he said, send back the old one and we'll replace it with a brand new version. Uh, okay, no problem. First thing I did. And the cool thing is he sent me the mailing label as well, already prepaid. I was like, I've never heard of this in like last 5-10 years of a company doing this. They reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. I didn't know anything about it until they basically got a hold of me via Kevin sent me an email. And then the really cool thing about it on top of that was Eric from Go Kart God called me to make sure everything was good, everything was cool. He knew about the situation with Electro and Company, and he wanted to know if I was okay, if everything was working out, if they handled what needed to be done. Again, amazing customer service. I don't know how anybody cannot deliver what these guys are delivering. These guys are amazing. They're doing a great job. Awesome products. I am not getting paid to say any of this stuff. They're not paying me. They didn't compensate me for anything on this build. I'm not getting any financial repercussion or any financial gain by any of this from any of these companies. Basically, I seeked them to find out building a kit for a movie that I'm working on in the future. So far, this thing has been very simple to build. It's been fun. It's easy. It's just everything's included. I mean, there's just the only thing not included is basic hand tools, a welder, a place to build it, things like that. But for today on this video, I want to talk about mounting the motor. And Electro Co, Electro and Company, tongue twister there. The motor they in this kit that they provide with Go Kart God is a 72-volt motor. This thing hauls butt and it's heavy. So, like I said, this thing, I put these plates on here. You'll see in the video what's the situation with these plates. But this thing is heavy. It's heavy duty. It's got heat sinks built into it. It's a beast. I mean, it's going to be one awesome ride. And so, if you have any questions about any of these products, please contact these guys. They're great to talk to, great to deal with. Have not had any issues with anything I've gotten from these guys. Their links for their companies will be in the description. Again, Go Kart God designed the kit. They're working with Electro and Company to supply the electronics and all that kind of, pretty much all electronics coming from Electro and Company. And the rest of it's coming from Go Kart God. And Go Kart God designed a really awesome kit here. It's simple, it's easy. If you had everything ready to rock and roll, you could probably put this thing together in 2 days. It's taking me longer because there's things I need to modify on it for the movie. There's also, I've been shooting these videos for you guys so you can see how to build it yourself as well. So once it's built and already done, you guys will see how this thing just hauls ass. It's fast. I've seen a couple of videos from Go Kart God online, and these guys are drifting it around a track. And it's the electric model, not the gas-powered model. That's what this is also is going to be, electric model. And it's just been fun, awesome. And like I said, just take your time, be safe. Do not rush anything if you don't have to. And if there's something you don't know, contact these guys. They're willing to help you out. They're very cool. Their customer service is amazing. I think on Electro Co, once I got the email, I emailed them back asking what exactly do I have to ship back to them. And within an hour, I had an email from Kevin and basically explaining what to ship back to him and everything. So I sent everything back that he told me to. And again, they included the mailing label. Who does that? Nobody does that anymore. So great customer service, amazing quality of products. And I'm just happy with the whole situation so far. The purchase for this project has been great. Again, this is for a movie that I'm working on. It's going to be modified for the movie, obviously. It's not going to be 100% exactly what's in the directions for Go Kart God. We are making some modifications because we do have to mount some cameras to it, things like that. But otherwise, it's just going to be a fun little project and fun little thing to do. And like I said, just take your time, go, and all you have to do is go page by page in the directions that come with the kit. It's very simple, very well planned, very well laid out, very easy. Any of the tools that I use, I will label descriptions on where to buy them. I don't get any affiliate money for it at all. I'm not getting paid for any of this video at all. I'm not getting paid for any of the video. None of the links I'm getting paid for. I'm not getting paid for any of the tools. I just want you guys to have fun, enjoy, and hopefully you guys build one, and I'll see you guys out there. Okay, we're going to be working on this area of the go-kart today, or at least on this video. And you'll see that it comes with a bag. It says electric motor mounts. And the bag includes all the hardware you need to attach these plates to the motor. Now, one of these plates has got a half-moon notch in it. And what's going to happen is the plate that'll ride in here, that'll be attached to the motor, can slide up and down to give you a different degree of angle or tension on the chain. And pretty simple design, great design, very easy to work with. And these plates will bolt right to the motor, and these additional holes would be for the angle of the motor once it's mounted. Very, very cool design, very easy to work with, and yeah, pretty cool. So this motor is roughly going to sit right about here somewhere on the frame. This thing weighs a lot. It's over 25 pounds. And with those plates, you'll be able to shift the motor up or down to create tension on the chain. So this notched out plate, what's going to happen is this hole is going to be facing forward like that. These two little holes will be facing towards the back of the go-kart. And when you lay this plate down, it's then up to you to figure out where do you want the holes to line up that are notched out. The cool thing about this is that every hole will line up. All you gotta do is just rotate it around, and then it's a matter of where do you want the wires to be facing, or do you want the logo to be facing a certain way, or do you want the wires to be facing a certain way? I'm gonna have it where basically right about here, so the wires will come up out of the back and around the back of the go-kart. And then from here, it's a pretty simple build. It's just put some bolts in and put some washers down and attach it, and then you're going to have to tack weld. You're going to tack weld this piece in right here, and then when it's finally set to where you want it, weld it in completely. In the kit, you're also going to get all the Allen bolts you need. These are rounded off ones that'll go in the motor. The squared off ones like these will go on the mounting plates for the adjustment of the motor and where the motor will end up. So just remember, in the motor itself, you're going to get 8 of these rounded off Allen bolts. They're 5/16 in size, and they're going to basically go into the motor. On the final build, I'm going to use Loctite, but for now I'm just going to basically loosen them in and make sure they're lined up the right way. Also, if I have to reposition the motor a little bit in this bracket, I'll have the ability to do that as well. And then again, final assembly, I will be putting Loctite on it. So, and I'll have the size on the video for you guys as well. So yeah, you're just basically gonna put this plate on each side of the motor, It's really simple. I'm not wrenching it all down, just making it super tight. I'm just putting it on enough to hold them on so I can line up where the motor is going to go. Don't forget, this motor is very heavy, so be careful and take your time with it. And then when you put the second plate on, you want to have it lined up with the first plate. This first plate down here. So when you put the second plate on, line it up with the first plate. Then when you install the motor into these mounting brackets, it'll be much easier because they're aligned up. Now I'm going to put the last 4 bolts in there. You don't need washers for these. It's so nice to get all the hardware included with the kit. The only thing you have to really supply is the tools to do the installation. And it doesn't take many tools to do this. It's basically a couple wrenches, a couple Allen keys, a welder, some maybe a grinder to clean up your welds if you want. And that's about it. So what's going to happen is this plate that actually gets welded to the go-kart frame is pretty much going to rest right here, and it'll have a hinge point. Right here will be a hinge point, and you can slide this back and forth so that'll adjust where the motor will land on this system. Now it's looking to me like there's going to be plenty of space around these bolts, which is really nice, because what I'm going to do is since again this is for a movie, I want to overbuild it a little bit. I'm going to add washers to these 4 bolts on the final assembly along with Loctite, and I'll definitely show how that happens. So again, this is going to be a hinge point and have adjustability for the chain and the motor. Really simple, great, cool design. Okay, now for the assembly for this piece, you're going to need at least 2 Allen bolts. You're going to end up needing 4 washers and 2 nylon locking nuts. One for this side and one for the side over here that will slide in and out. So what we're going to basically do is just take your washer and just put it down. Take the other washer and a nut and go to the other side. And again, you don't have to make this super tight just for what we're doing now, because we're just setting it in place and we're going to use it for adjustment of where the motor will end up. Okay, my correction. These are 3/16 rounded cap bolts, Allen type. This is a 5/16 Allen bolt. So I had to grab my 5/16 Allen key, and there you go. Again, I'm not wrenching it all the way down, leaving it loose because I'm just putting it into place. Okay, so we're at it again. We're going to take another 5/16 cap bolt, 2 washers, and a nylon locking nut. And we're going to come to this hole right over here, put a washer down in it, set that, come up from below with a locking nut, and do the same thing again. You can hand tighten it if you like, but I'm not going to, because again, I want it just to put it in a position where we're setting it so I have it ready for when I need to tack weld stuff together. Just enough to secure it so it's not going to fall out. Okay, now that the motor has got one side temporary on it, I'm going to attach it to this side that's temporarily sitting into the frame itself as well. So basically we're going to pick this up. We're going to lay it down into the frame like so. Just temporarily. I take my bolts, line them up, Again, take your time. And basically what we're doing is we're just making it tight enough so we can tack the motor mount plates in place. If need to, you can take these clamps, or any kind of clamp you can get a hold of, and clamp it all down to keep it in place while you're tack welding it as well. So I'm going to take these adjustable clamps, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically lock it down in, just like so. Now that it's all tacked in place, next what we're going to do is take off the motor and weld in these plates completely. Now I went ahead and put my bolts here, the adjustable bolts, I put them in the top hole. If for some reason this is not enough of adjustability for you, there's another hole underneath that you can put the bolt in and get like another inch. It looks like another inch. Yeah, another inch of movement out of the motor for tensioning of the belt, or slash actually tensioning of the chain. I'm going to leave these plates on the motor for now. So, included in the kit is this plate, and this plate will go on the front up here in front of the motor. But I'm not going to install it just yet because I want to be able to finish welding inside both of these panels. And the cool thing is it's actually it looks like it's laser engraved, actually laser cut out. Electro Company is the company that makes the battery and the motor and the electronics for this kit. And from what I understand, Go Kart God and Electro Company teamed together to make this kit available to the public. It's a very, very well designed kit, very, very cool. So far, the customer support has been amazing from both companies. Eric from Go Kart God calls all the time, asks how you doing, what's going on, how's the project happening. Very nice guy, very cool. Now, Kevin from Electro Company, he emails me out of the blue and says, hey, we want to see about replacing the controller for you because we think there might be a better solution, or there's something might be wrong with it, or I don't know the exact status of it. But for free, they went ahead and they're replacing the controller for me. That to me is an amazing customer service. So Electro Company, you have my business. Go Kart God, you have my business. Well, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and like. Let's mess with that algorithm. And if you guys have any questions, please contact these guys at Go Kart God and Electro Company, because it's a tongue twister, guys. Electro Company is the ones that do all the electronics for this kit. So again, if you have any questions, please contact those guys. Their web address is down in the description. And like I said, I'm not the guy who sits in front of the camera. I'm the guy who sits behind the camera. So don't expect me to be like, ooh, he's a great YouTuber. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to have fun, here to build a cool kit. And hopefully you guys, if you learned something from it, great. Thanks, have a great day, and see you guys in the next one.